Hi you guys, welcome back to our kitchen. So tonight we thought we would change things up a little bit for you guys and have you guys come and visit us in our kitchen just on a dinner night. So as you know, the hubby and I are trying to do things to eat a little bit healthier, so we wanted to have a vegetarian meal tonight. You guys please excuse my hair. I know I look crazy, but excuse the hair and the house. I am making eggplant parmesan tonight for dinner. So I've got my eggplant disc, and I just simply took a medium-sized, about a medium-sized eggplant, and I sliced it into medallions, like just probably about a half inch to an inch thick, I think. And what I did was, if you look over here at my station over here, I'll show you guys where I started from. See my medallions here? Some of them I did, towards the end, but this is how I sliced them. I added a little bit of lemon to it, and then I beat some eggs, salted it, and then I just went ahead and made a dredging station over here, which is just basically my cornmeal and meal that I'm using. So see, after I roll it in there in the cornmeal, I go ahead and I bring it over to my hot oil and I put that in there and let it fry. These cook really fast, by the way. It does not take very, very long for them to cook. So this is not like one of those type of cooking projects that'll take you a heck of a long time. You do need to keep an eye on it. A little bit earlier I had my fire up a little high, so I had to turn it down, because like I said, it doesn't take very long for these to cook, and they also tend to burn very easily, so you want to be aware of that. This is not one of those dishes that you can like kind of chill on. The reason why you saw them on the cutting board is because what I've been doing is I've been allowing for the coating to kind of stick to it. So a lot of times, like if you coat something and you let it like sit for a little bit, it kind of allows for the batter to kind of adhere to it, especially if you refrigerate it. So you can like refrigerate it, it'll let your batter, your coating kind of stick to your item a little bit better. So you get like a better, it helps to stay on there. So when you drop into the oil, like your whole like coating doesn't just come off. So that's been what I'm doing right now.
What's this orange stuff right here?
That's just my eggs. So that's an egg. Yeah, that's my little egg mixture. I just simply beat 2 eggs, for the amount of eggplants that I'm cooking. I only use 2 eggs. I'm going to go ahead and rinse my hands off.
So it's egg and what else?
I just put a little bit of salt. I just salted it because for me, I'm actually kind of doing a little bit of a shortcut. I still had some leftover Louisiana. I don't know if you guys have ever seen like the fish fry. Usually most fish fry batters are made with cornmeal, which is like what I use like when I make eggplant medallions. The first time I ever tasted these, my grandpa was actually the one that introduced me to them. It tastes really good. I thought I wasn't gonna like it, but I actually ended up liking it. And the way he cooked it was doing it how I'm doing it. He would slice the medallions, roll it in an egg mixture, and then roll it in a cornmeal mixture, a seasoned cornmeal mixture. What I did was I looked, I really, 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 you guys, when I'm not filming, I actually I'm by right a nurse, and I work 12-hour shifts, so which my last 12-hour shift was yesterday.
For the people that's coming on, this is how to make eggplant parmesan.
Right.
And then we're going to give an update on the blueberry jam as well. So
right. So yeah, so I work 12 hours, so I just wanted to kind of keep the meal as simple as I could. So I really didn't feel like opening up a new box of like cornmeal. So what I did was I actually shortcutted it, and I actually used a if you guys have ever seen it, black folks, you know about this one, the Louisiana, like the season, like the fish cornmeal batter. Yeah. I just used that, added some flour to it, to give it a little bit more of a kind of like a bubbly, airy texture. And then just went ahead and went with that.
This is actually I want to say my second or third time ever having eggplants, so I look forward to this. This is my first time having it fried.
Yeah.
I think before I had it, I don't know, baked, maybe at like a vegetarian restaurant?
Well, actually, it's funny that you bring that up because what I'm going to do with these medallions, after I have done the frying process on there, it's actually going to go through like a second, let me overlap these. I'm actually going to send it through a second cooking process. That cooking process is going to be baking. The reason why is because afterwards I'm going to add our marinara sauce. Or I might use a vodka sauce. So I haven't made up my mind. You want to use a vodka sauce? So
hey.
I'm going to take that. I'm going to add our sauce and we're going to add our Parmesan. Slide that bad boy in the oven and let it bake. I'll probably have it bake for like maybe 10-15 minutes just so the cheese will melt and the sauce will kind of cook and bake to the medallions, and take it out and then you're done. That's really, really all there is to it. You know, of course, for those that are Italian, definitely probably have the traditional methods and traditional ways that they do the eggplant parm, but this is mine for right now. This is the nursing 12-hour version.
GTZ version.
Yeah, this is the...
Now, what do you have right here? This looks amazing.
So this is kind of like a little bit of a side dish that I also made. This is just really, ladies, this is just some broccoli. So I just bought some broccoli, fresh broccoli, boiled it, and then what I did was I added my Knorr broccoli cheddar sauce to it.
Yeah.
I also used not just water to cook it, but I also used a vegetable broth. Yes. To kind of keep the, keep the flavor, because sometimes when you do water, it washes it out or whatever.
Yes.
But yeah, I decided to do...
I've had this dish before. It's amazing.
Yeah, this Knorr makes really, really, really good products. So I love Knorr. And that's what we're doing just on the side. So we'll have our eggplant parm. We'll have our little side dishes, completely vegetarian. As Dominique was telling you guys before, here we're going to go down with our other dish. We do have a blueberry jam in process right now, so I'm just working on getting it set, and then once that's set, we can go ahead and debut that. We did have also not a persimmon, honey, what was that? Kumquats.
Kumquat.
We made a kumquat marmalade. Tastes really, really
Miss
good,
Dora
you guys.
said
It's
some
amazing.
really good cooking going on.
I hope so. But yeah, Miss Doris. Hi, everybody. So that is what we have going on, you guys. Quick meal. Really didn't take too much.
So how long do you have to have that in the oven with your cheese or whatever?
To be honest, you want to do it until your cheese is melted. You just want it to melt. Are you using vegan
cheese?
No.
Are we out of vegan cheese?
We got to do it all the way.
Oh, man, ain't no vegetarian meal then. You talking about some vegan?
I'll tell you what, then you don't have to have it then.
Talking about some vegetarian meal, you putting cow's cheese on there.
Oh, so you want a vegan meal, not a vegetarian meal.
Oh yeah, it is a difference. Yeah, you got me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got me.
You don't have to eat it now. You don't have to,
I am going to eat it. So what we have, hi Crystal. So what we have here is eggplant parmesan. But you know what? That vegan cheese that we had before we ran out of it.
It was pretty good.
It was really good.
It was a really good vegan cheese. The only thing I didn't like about the product was it just was not enough of it. You know, typically when you go and you buy shredded cheese, you get a good bag full. It's like, you can do you can actually make some tacos and do a couple things with it. This thing, man, after you have about 2 handfuls or something of that, a little couple of handfuls, it's done.
So real quick, the stuff that you're lacing the eggplant with that's the Louisiana seasoning, right?
Mm-hmm. I just took the Louisiana seasoning.
So first you take the eggplant, you slice them into medallions, you dip it in eggs. Is it eggs and what is that?
That's just eggs and salt.
Eggs and salt.
Yep, just eggs and salt.
And then step 2
is to dredge it. You want to dredge it in your mixture.
Mixture, which in this case is
flour and cornmeal.
Flour and cornbread or
cornmeal.
In this case, it was Louisiana seasoning.
Yeah, you can even roll it in here if you want to get the sides of it. You can roll it.
Okay.
And then I just let it chill.
And I like to tell people step by step so they'll know.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's I think that's probably about enough of the medallions. I probably cut a few more than what I need. So we have some left over, but that's about enough right there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish letting these cook. Then what I'm going to do I'm gonna actually grab my yeah. See, it's cooking at a much better pace. Since before I had my high.
So how do you know when it's done? Is it because
these are done?
Yeah.
I mean, when you brown them, turn them over, they're brown. Typically, what you really want is for them to be like golden brown. But right now, because my stove, I'm having some issues with the stove here where it's tilting. Yeah, it's kind of shifting, so it's moving. You guys know that when you cook, sometimes your burners, if it's not even or if it starts to become uneven, it'll cause your oil to swim this way. And so all of the heat on the back end will have like almost no oil, so you stand a greater chance of burning your food if you cook it on that side.
Hi, Crystal. She said
versus,
hi.
Hey, how you guys? Versus, doing it when, you have plenty of oil. That's
so
really
you have to really watch that when you're cooking, so
very
stuff is not
so.
uneven.
Right, and remember, you're working with the egg, something that's been washed in an egg mixture. So, and eggs burn very easy. So these are, for the most part, eggplants are kind of like a delicate vegetable. So, I mean, it's not hard to burn it at all.
How many of you guys have had eggplant before? Crystal, Miss Doris, have you guys had an eggplant before? Eggplant Parmesan. So you'll let that sit here and then let it cool, and then you'll put your marinara on there. Or
what I'm going to do next, the plan is next what I'm going to do, I think that I'm going to either use this very pan, or I may grab my one of my glass baking dishes and use that as my...
She said she loves eggplant.
You do?
Crystal,
yeah. This is the only way I'll eat it.
She said we need a gas. You know what? You're right about that, Crystal. She said we need a gas stove. We'll never go back.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have it.
They don't have it here, unfortunately. But once we move into this house, we'll definitely get a gas stove.
Yeah.
Definitely. So.
But this, it's serving its purpose. And we're able to cook on it.
Yeah, but she's right. Gas stoves are supremely better than electric stoves. So.
What's even more, even better is when you get the nice, and you guys help me out on this. It's I don't know what brand it is that makes those beautiful stainless steel gas stoves. It almost looks like a commercial gas range. It's literally like it's a range, and it does gas, but the burners are like heavy. They're heavy and they're iron.
Maybe in another year, Crystal.
Yeah, it's like a heavy iron.
Maybe soon. Who knows? Burners.
They're real heavy, or at least they look really, really heavy. But I don't see those things doing this slant stuff that other burners can do.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's slant too much.
Yeah, exactly. They're more of the electric ranges are a little bit more.
While you're doing that, you want to show them the blueberry jam?
Sure, we can take a look at it.
Also tomorrow, guys, we're doing a video. What jam you say you're showing them tomorrow?
As you guys are staring at the side of my head.
The kumquat, the mango.
Kumquat, yes. So I'll show you the kumquat. So this is the kumquat.
Look at this kumquat jam, ladies and gentlemen.
So this is our kumquat marmalade.
Oh, that looks so great.
And basically, I told you guys the last time what a kumquat is. It's just basically, it looks like a tiny little orange, like a little oval-shaped orange.
It's an orange with issues.
It's an orange with issues, basically. It's real small. It tastes a little... Where's my fork? Oh, there it is. It's a little smaller than... it's a little more tart than an orange. So, it kind of has that bite. It has that familiarity of like the taste of orange, but it's different, Yeah. It's not quite the same taste as an orange, so it's really, really a nice
Crystal says she loves eggplant.
Come on over
Miss
for
Doris
dinner,
said
girl.
my dad always grew gardens.
Yeah,
come on over, Crystal, to dinner. Get some nice Moscato or something, nice red wine, some Riesling or something.
Okay.
I like nice, because I was just thinking about Chanel. I like peach wine, like nice
like a peach wine, fruit.
Yeah.
Like a fruit-based wine. You know what type of wine you know what, you guys? What wine I could never get into? And I have a good friend of mine that she enjoys wine, but she likes Merlot.
Yeah, I'm not.
I could not.
I'm not a Merlot fan.
I told her, honey, I am not grown up in that respect.
It's funny you say that.
It's real dry.
Crystal, she said, I have Wolf appliances, but I prefer Miele. But guys, I'm gonna go back to mostly vegan next week. My thyroid hates gluten, but I love it. I don't blame you. We were just talking about gluten today because you know what? I think this whole gluten allergy thing has been something that's been the last probably 10 years you've heard of it, because they're definitely putting something in this food, because gluten is nothing more than food glue. That's essentially what it is. And a lot of people, like, I just found out recently I had a gluten allergy. And it was
crazy.
hard for me to lose weight because I was eating gluten. I'm like, when have I ever had a gluten allergy? I mean, we've been eating bread my whole life, and now I have it. It's like, they're messing with the food.
They're messing with it.
They're definitely doing it.
It's like we discussed earlier. It's like, you know, people have been eating bread for thousands of years. It's whether it's unleavened, it's flatbread, you know, whatever it is, people have been eating bread for hundreds of years, you know, if not thousands.
Look at that, folks. Hey, hi, Miss Destiny. So what's going on? And I'm going to title the video later when you guys get a chance, like and share it.
So these are our eggplant
Parmesan. Those are the eggplant medallions. Making eggplant Parmesan.
Exactly.
And
Parmesan.
along with some nice little broccoli with, what do you call this dish, baby? I don't know.
This is broccoli and pasta.
Broccoli and pasta. And here in the back, ladies and gentlemen, as you guys can see, bubbling in the back. What is this? This is the blueberry.
That's the blueberry jam.
The blueberry jam. Just letting it sit so it can gel up.
Correct. Yeah, we're just letting that
gel up.
Chill out back there so it can do its thing.
And this is the kumquat. Also, folks, we want to let you know that we got some sample jars today, so we're going to be starting to send samples out real soon.
We'll be sending those out, you guys. Samples are going to be coming out soon.
This is kumquat, so don't fret this empty like this, because this is like our, you know, we make it for the public, but then we have our own personal stash. As you can see, the kumquat jam is only halfway. It's really good. It's really good.
Yeah, I also ended up wasting some of it on my towel. I was so upset about that.
Oh, look at that. That's the pineapple.
That's the pineapple jam. So for my pineapple lovers, you know, we have those out. But like we said, you guys, we should be getting our samples out about next week.
Ryan said looking good.
Yeah, we should have those samples out to you guys around about next week. So for those that have kind of mentioned in the...
She said try naked grape luscious red wine. That sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds really
Anything
good.
with grape, I'm like in for.
Such a great head.
Thank you, Sister Destiny. Destiny. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Let's see. I'm trying to see.
Yeah, and you know it tastes amazing. That pineapple. We got some mangoes. We're gonna hopefully get to the mangoes tomorrow. But look at that. Oh yeah. So what's the next step of the process? You're taking this out?
Yeah, I'm gonna take this out, and I'm going to. Right now, what I'm doing here is loading up my baking dish. And I want to kind of overlap them a little bit so I can kind of make room. I still may have made like too many, but hey, you know.
And then we apologize also, folks, for the long videos. Eventually, when we get some cameras and do all the editing and all that stuff, because we want to be able to show you like 1, 2, 3, you know, and so the videos won't be as long. You know,
you guys are family.
You guys are family, so yeah.
You guys are family. Y'all better take time out to talk to us. Darn it.
Darn it.
Darn it.
Look at this.
I love you. Darn it.
That looks good.
Yeah, so I'm trying to overlap them a little bit just to kind of give everyone.
So did you guys have any questions about the eggplant parmesan? Anything that maybe some people came on a little later that didn't hear? Just any questions about the dish, about how she prepared it? Thank you, Krista. She said she liked your video.
Oh, thank you, darling. Like I said, y'all, excuse the wildness, honey. This is me after 12 hours working. 12 hours of nursing. It'll leave you looking like this. You see this crazy hair, y'all? This is what nursing will do to you. Leave you looking wild. Just wild.
Wow, child.
Looking wild by the head, y'all. My mother would be like, oh, girl.
Yeah, man, she would trip.
Yeah, she would. Everybody, you know how moms are. They're very particular.
She'd be like, are you okay, baby?
Is everything all right, honey? I mean, you can reach out to me. You can talk to me. But yeah, you guys, so this is what I'm doing.
She said, what did you do with the batter? What's in it?
like I said before, like I just took a shortcut route rather than doing my because I could have taken the route of just just
Ryan said he hope his wife is taking notes.
Don't get hurt.
We gonna leave that one alone.
I'm not gonna touch that.
Yeah, I hope she is too, though, bro. No,
don't you get hurt. Oh my God, brothers.
Ryan, like, man, I can say that, man. You can't say that.
Man, you do know they're coming out here eventually.
Yeah, for sure.
Mess around, she's gonna jump you. She's tall enough to do it.
Yeah, she gonna beat me up. Yeah. But no, that spaghetti I had the last time, Nisha, she hooked that up.
She did that with that.
Man, that spaghetti Nisha could cook was off the hook.
Girl, y'all better come out here and bring that spaghetti with you.
Don't trip on that spaghetti.
So which one do you think we should do?
But she said what's in the batter. So we had a Louisiana fried. Was it no?
It was just that Louisiana. You know the Louisiana corn. You know that cornbread. I mean not cornbread. That
Louisiana fried
cornmeal mixture. Yeah.
Yeah, the Louisiana fried.
The Louisiana brand fried, the one you use for like fish and stuff.
Chicken, yeah.
And for chicken, like I used it on some chicken, and what I did was I mixed that with flour. I mixed it with some flour to give it more of an airy texture because cornmeal is more of a heavier type of a batter. At least in my opinion, I think it's kind of heavy. I think flour kind of gives you more of a lighter, airier batter. Yeah. More fluffy type of a texture.
So I hope that answers your question. Then she got an egg and mixed some salt in there.
Yeah, just put a little bit of salt.
So she dabbed that and then she put it in this batter. And then she put it in the hot oil. That's pretty much what she did. She said, Crystal said, nope, I tried to dye my hair and now I'm wearing a hat.
Nope. What did you try to do with your hair? Were you trying to go red or something? Tell me.
You probably haven't left it in too long.
Yeah, that will definitely. I'm gonna try this at 350. Yeah. Oh no. I was telling Dominique today that when they finally do open up things, I want to go to a professional and see if I can go a little bit blonder on my tips here. And I also need to have my hair professionally cut, but
because she's a curly girl, so
I'm a curly girl. So
I'm finding, and the thing is, it's so funny being a husband. I'm privy to a new world that I never would have known about before, and it's funny. The married guys can attest to that. Like I'm looking at home improvement videos and looking at looking at hair tutorials with her. And I'm sitting there asking my wife, like, hey, did you see Bianca Renee today? Like, I done got into it. Which one? I would have never thought that would happen.
You want the vodka sauce or this one?
I want whatever this one is. It looks like it's cheesy.
Vodka sauce.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know what? I don't know if you guys have ever had vodka sauce, vodka spaghetti sauce, but it is the bomb. Okay, I'm telling you.
Cool.
It's the business.
So man, yeah, and we have 4%, so I didn't even know the battery is that low.
Oh, mine's good.
Can I plug it up and stay charged?
Yeah, plug it.
Hold on, real quick, folks. Hold this way.
So yeah, so I'm just adding right now. I'm just doing my sauce, you guys. So doing my sauce, and as I add this on here, I don't really have to do like too much to it. I'm going to do that. Then the next thing you're going to do, you're going to follow up with your Parmesan. See? Put this over here. I'm going to make a mess. I got a whole bunch of stuff to clean up. But it's all good. So
you got to put it on the run and put its phone on the charger before it dies.
Thank God we have so many like plugs up in here. You guys.
Hopefully it don't die.
No, it shouldn't. Ooh. Once it's on the charge, it should be okay. So now, you guys, I'm going to go through here. Let me shake up.
Oh, that looks so good.
Yeah, so now what we're going to do is add our final touch to this, which is to add our Parmesan. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to open the top part right here. I'm not trying to sprinkle. I really want to be generous with this. And that's the thing, like, when you do the Parmesan like this, you do definitely want to kind of be heavy-handed with it. Be generous. Be really generous.
That's a lot of cheese.
Yeah.
Man, you sure we need that much cheese? You're going to be complaining about me passing gas.
You've never
I'm lactose intolerant. We got all that cheese. It's not going to be good. As you see, this is what we call a setup, ladies and gentlemen.
Setup.
This is a straight setup.
Now see, he wanted. this is what we call.
Baby, you should be passing gas. And then you got all this cheese on here.
No, he don't pass
that
gas.
Ain't nothing but the devil.
He has the 4th of July happening. And you weren't even really eating all that much.
This is a setup.
4th of July. So this is our finished product. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this and slide this in our oven.
Cool. Real quick, Crystal said I was trying to do my own highlight, so now it's yellow.
Oh dear.
I'm meeting my hairdresser tomorrow for a quick fix till I get out of cry for 2 hours. Don't do it.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna wait to have my hair done professionally. Sorry, you guys, about digging in my eyes. I kind of got hit with a little bit of
the steam
and a little bit of the smoke, because when you cook jams, I'm the type of person where I have to be present when whatever it is I'm cooking. If I turn my back on something, it's getting burnt. Just know that.
Yeah.
And so with jams, when you cook jams and stuff at home, if you're not washing it, it rises up to the top and then it spills over. And then as it spills over, just makes a whole mess.
It's got it in the burners and stuff.
Yeah, it's gotten in my burners and stuff. So
we
I'm
have to clean that out.
have to do a deep clean on my
Yeah,
stove.
we had to go
I
get
gotta
some
lift the range,
cleaner tomorrow.
all that stuff, you guys. Just a whole hot mess. But it's required because, like I said, the things that we send out to you guys, we want you guys to be assured that we take every step to make sure that we are clean.
When we do the quality assurance
and check.
Like if it's whack, stuff, it's not going to be coming out.
No whack attack, baby.
Not wiggity whack. Crystal said cheese is the devil for us thyroid people. Now I can only imagine.
Yeah.
It's a devil for us lactose intolerant people too. But you know what? I love that devil right there, that cheese devil.
I can't with you. Bye.
I ain't gonna lie.
So let's see what's up with our.
She be like, baby, you know you should be eating that. And I'm like, I know. Hey, you'll be alright.
That's it.
You should be passing gas. I said, if God didn't want us to pass gas, He wouldn't have created it.
Look. Look at here.
Let me see.
Baby.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And I like it. But vegetable broth and just our Noor and our broccoli. Our fresh broccoli. But yeah, guys, that is tonight's menu.
So how long will you keep this in the oven, babe?
I'm going to leave that in there for probably about
watch this.
10. Yeah, please watch that.
The smoke alarm about to go off. It's like real sensitive too.
Yeah, we don't have a smoke detector. We have a smell detector.
I'm surprised it didn't went off yet.
I'm surprised, but don't jinx it. I'm not trying to have it go off.
Like,
it's so irritating, you guys. But you know what? Safety first, you guys. I mean, if there was ever a fire, you want that thing to work.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
As annoying as it is, we need it. But I'm going to leave that probably about 10-15 minutes. Not for very long. You just want your...
There we go. Like clockwork. Now we got to now we got to put a wet towel over it just to get it to go off.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
I knew it was going to happen. It was just like sooner or later.
Exactly.
So Tamika says cheese is her favorite. Mine too. Cheese and peanut butter. No, ladies and gentlemen, we're not burning anything. We're got a sensitive detector. But baby, did you spray air freshener at the smoke detector? It
shut it down, didn't it?
Hey, it worked.
It worked.
We put air freshener. We sprayed it at the smoke detector. It worked. Hey, so do you guys have any questions about how to make eggplant parmesan, or just about the blueberry jam? You guys see in the background, the blueberries is cooked.
Blueberries.
It's setting. We got the pectin. Once you put all the stuff in there, you have to let it set.
Yeah, the pectin.
So it gets in the jam form. She said, Crystal asked, you guys ever do artichokes?
What,
did we ever? You talking about just canning it?
Just
canning it, right? No, I don't think you can. You did asparagus. You canned asparagus, didn't you? Or did you just can artichokes?
You know what, you guys? I did try to do.
Was it artichokes or asparagus?
It was artichokes, but the thing about it is, with artichokes, it's like a whole project. Like, you have to know how to cut away the leaves, find the heart of the artichoke,
Oh Lord!
And that's what you have to. And it's like you got to go through a lot of artichokes. So
it's like you got to be a specialist.
So I think I would probably just do.
This door said you guys are cracking me up.
I'm sorry, over here smoking. And
she said no baking them. No, we haven't baked. No, honestly, we haven't. But here's the thing. Yeah, here's the thing. I don't know. And I put that on the fervent prayers of the righteous page, and I've come short on this. It's this guy I listened to called the Minister of Wellness.
You didn't do it right, babe. It's not the Minister of Wellness. It's the Minister of Wellness.
Oh yeah, you're right. he's like greetings, my brothers and sisters, family and friends. My name is Nathaniel Jordan, the Minister of Wellness. His voice is like deep, man.
He has the fear of God voices.
Yeah, he'll put the fear of God in you. But you got to listen to him because it's
he's very informative.
He's real informative for his health, and you can tell that's really his calling. Is dealing with health and health-related issues and how to eat properly and stuff like that. So when you get a chance, check out the Minister of Wellness.
The Minister of Wellness
on YouTube, and you'll see why my wife is talking like that.
Yes.
So Tamika said, "What is it that it looks? What is that? It looks so nasty." Replying to Crystal, you talking about I guess you're talking about artichokes. I always get artichokes and asparagus mixed up for one reason.
Asparagus are long, skinny. They're long, skinny vegetables that kind of look like a pine tree at the tip. And asparagus look like
Destiny.
Asparagus remind you of a pine cone. It looks like a green, pointy pine cone.
And Destiny says, "Have you guys made your own bread before? I'm in the process of learning. I also ran across a bread baking to speed up the process. Sometimes it can be hard to find proper substitute for yeast out here." You know what? Matter of fact, I made some bread one time. You remember? Mm-hmm. Right before we left California. I think it was a couple months. It was, what did I make you, babe? I made you something. You remember? I think it was like a flatbread or something. It was a yeah, it sure was.
You know, flatbread, I've done flatbreads before. You don't have to use yeast in it, but you can always use baking powder.
No, I made you something else. No, I know what it was. I think I made you a dessert, and it was fun. I'm trying to remember what it was, Destiny, but I just came home one day and I just wanted to do something. What was it? I just wanted to do something special, and I saw the yeast in the.
So sweet.
I saw the yeast in the cup, the what you call it, the cupboard, cupboard or whatever you call it, John.
Fleischmann's yeast.
The Fleischmann's yeast, yeah, and we ended up making it, and it ended up tasting really, really good.
It was amazing, guys.
Yeah, and I had never made bread before. I don't know if I YouTubed it or what, but I give my props to my wife.
What was she? Dominic? What was she trying to do, babe?
What are you trying to do?
She's trying to do a no.
She says she's just in the process of learning how to do it, and she's trying to find. Sometimes it can be hard to find a proper substitute for yeast.
I mean, they have, from what I've heard and what I've looked at, they have you can always use baking powder. I think things like baking powder and other type of rising egg.
Man,
baking powder is a rising egg.
If you would have asked me 2 years ago if I would be up in the kitchen trying to cook stuff, I would have been like, nah, it's not gonna happen.
Not me.
I'm gonna tell you, like, literally, I went on a nice long fast.
You're gonna learn today.
And the way, I know this is not right, I went on a long fast, and the way that I got through the fast was through daydreaming about food, looking at cooking videos. Like, I was looking at this dude named the Grandpa's Kitchen. He was like this older,
rest in peace, Grandpa.
Rest in peace, Grandpa. Older Indian gentleman who was on YouTube. A lot of videos, and I said to myself, man, you know what? I want to really learn that. I'm gonna pick this up, and I started looking at YouTube videos, and it just sort of came to me, and then I didn't have no choice because my wife was looking at all these cooking shows and home and gardens, and it started, I was like, man, it's pretty good, to the point that I would like watch it without her. I was like, man, I can't tell my friends.
Oh my God.
Tell my homeboys, like,
I'm gonna
man,
lose my street cred.
You looking at Bianca Renee hair videos and stuff?
I just love you so much.
It's cool, man. It's cool. You learn something different. You know what I'm saying? That's about learning. Crystal said cold pressed juices. What you guys need to do. Now, you know what, Crystal? That sounds good, but
that's a whole different
that's
process.
a whole nother thing. I'm not saying later on down the line, but one thing I've learned to be true is you want to get good at that one thing and go out, because you don't want to be the jack of all trades and then you don't end up mastering anything, because a lot of times when people mess up, they'll be all over the place. They'll be just doing a lot of different stuff at one time. And it really don't take good. I mean, you think about In-N-Out. They became good by having that one product.
And they're still the best.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Let her tell In-N-Out the best. I think Whataburger's better. Anyway. Whataburger, In-N-Out. Whatever.
Waterburger?
It's good.
Waterburger.
She said, Destiny said, I'm tired of buying bread at the store. My kids eat it really fast, so I've been looking into different options of making it.
Try that.
She said to try that. Yeah, that Fleischmann's yeast. I seen a couple like tutorials on YouTube that was really, really helpful too. You know what I mean? Let's see. She said they're really tasty when healthy. You guys have any other questions? So, because here pretty soon, you guys are getting ready to see. You stay on a little bit longer, you guys are gonna see the.
Don't open it anymore.
No, don't open it. It's
it
almost
seems
ready.
like every time the heat comes out of the oven, it sets off that thing.
Oh, she was like, "Don't do that.
Don't do it."
How many more minutes do we have?
Well, it just went down in the oven. It hasn't even been in there a good 10 minutes.
Oh,
and I had to turn up the temperature because I had it on 350. So when I went to take a peek at it, I'm like, okay, we don't see any melting action going on. So I'm like, let's go.
I don't know why this song is in my head right now.
Why is what?
This song in my head. You said that.
What?
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Oh, God.
I can't.
I'm not going to even touch that. I'm not going to touch it at all. I'm like, I'm sure you did. Y'all pray for that girl. Pray for her.
She said, Destiny said that she's going to look into that.
Yeah, you should.
Most definitely.
To get you some bread and.
So are you guys trying to eat more big vegetarian? Because I'm not gonna lie to myself. I listened to and I'm gonna post it on the Fervent Prayers group. But I was listening to Minister Works today. From his YouTube page, the Revelations of Jesus Christ, and he's an excellent teacher. And he was talking about sacrificing and about what are you willing to sacrifice for Christ, you know. And of course, with everything, you have to be led by the Holy Spirit.
Right.
Point blank, you know, let the Holy Spirit lead you in everything. He'll lead you and guide you into all truth, everything, all truth. And I was thinking to myself, well, Lord, the only way I could probably be like a vegetarian is if he told me, and it would take a lot of strength to do that. But I've tried to be a vegetarian a couple of different times, and especially here in Texas, it's a lot harder because people out here like to eat. In California, somebody asked me, I don't know who it is. Oh, as Crystal said, you guys miss Cali, did you ever worry about earthquakes? The thing that I miss about California is just how can I say it? It's something that you just, it's uniquely California. Like you know, like I miss the vegetarian restaurant. I think a lot of people tend to be a little bit more health conscious in California.
Yeah, they're more body conscious.
They're more body conscious, and then of course, before the COVID-19, man, I was in the gym. I think I was doing videos with you guys. I was doing videos like 6 days a week. And a lot of people were hustlers in California. And what I mean is you have to learn to hustle because it's so expensive to live in California that you have to have, like right now, you know, I'm self-employed, do marketing directing for this company called TreyImage.com. You get a chance to go to it, TREIMAGE.com. Basically do licensing agent stuff. But I picked that stuff up in California. You know, in California, you have to have, it seems like you have to have about 2 or 3 jobs to survive. So that part of California I didn't miss. I didn't miss living downtown Like when we tell people we lived in California, I mean in Los Angeles,
People are like, what?
we literally lived in Los Angeles. We wasn't living in Compton or Gardena or some suburb. We literally stayed in the heart of LA, like downtown, where all the action, the real LA. And I don't miss getting my car broken into every other month.
Every couple of months.
Every couple of you got crackheads breaking your car. They're not really addressing the mental health crisis in Los Angeles correctly. They're not addressing mental health at all. They're just addressing homelessness. So that in of itself lets me know that they're not serious. It's really a serious mental health crisis that has caused the homelessness. That is
drug problem.
And drug problem. Exactly. Drug-induced mental illnesses. So to answer your question, Crystal, that part of it I don't miss. But of course, you be somewhere for long enough, it becomes home. We still have a lot of friends that are there. But luckily, most of those friends get ready to move here. So, woohoo! So, that's a good thing. I think the problem with California is California became too far left, way too far left. To the policies, to the extent that I think a lot of people go to California to get stuff, and eventually California is going to implode. Yeah, God's judgment is going to come on California, but aside from that, economically, it's going to implode because you got too many people taken out of the system and not enough people putting in. It's just a basic principle of economics, and the taxes are extremely high. We stay in a very nice space here in Texas. In California, we were paying about $1,200 a month for almost like basically the size of this kitchen. It felt like, and so a lot of times people think everybody in California balling like that, and the reality is that's not the case. You can have a good job, but if you're staying by yourself, man, God forbid. We knew a lot of people in California that were working homeless, meaning they lived in a car while they went to work because they could not afford to pay 3 times the rent. Here, you pay 3 times the rent, you made maybe $1,800. California, 3 times the rent, that's like $3,500 to $4,000.
Exactly, and they keep going up.
And the gas was high, and it's just like, dude, why even still stay there just to be like, oh, I live in Cali? Like, okay, you stay there, and then a lot of times my friends with Cali would sort of, boo-boo on people from the South a lot of times. I'm like, well, the people from the South is not struggling. You out here struggling just to say you live in California. It's like, man. So no, Crystal, that part of it I don't miss. The earthquakes, we didn't really have a lot of those. I was there one time. I think I was in 2. We had one the 4th of July of last year, which was a little bit. Yeah, you remember we had the big one? I ran inside the house. We had that earthquake. I took off running. My wife. Yeah, my wife was like, "Baby, you're not supposed to run during an earthquake." I'm saying,
"You're not supposed to do that."
And I'm like, "What the heck am I supposed to do?" I'm like,
"Get in a doorway. You don't run outside. That's a good way to end up with stuff falling on you, silly."
Now my thing is, now y'all hear this? She from California originally. I'm not. So she tells me that when it's an earthquake, you're supposed to stay in some doorway, I guess like a tornado, and you're not supposed to run.
Because the doorway is the strongest frame part of the house.
My thing is, I ran outside the house.
You would have gotten killed.
No, because I was going to run in a clear spot with nothing. Why am I going to sit there and let the building collapse on me? That makes no sense.
First of all, even if the building were to come down around you, if you notice most buildings when they collapse, a lot of times the frame is still standing there.
Yeah, but you know what? I wasn't gonna take that chance. So last year, and the food is almost ready, you guys. We're gonna show you in a few minutes.
Where there's falling power lines and probably debris and stuff falling from buildings.
Yeah, but I would take that chance. I'm not going to stay in the house and take the chance on that house collapsing on me. So yes, I ran. My wife was like, "Where you going?" I'm looking at my wife like, "You not gonna come with me?"
No. Come out there and get myself killed? No.
Nah, man. You
That would be like, but baby, you know, like, I'm not from California, but I am. So it's like me being down south and you trying to tell me, baby, this is what you do during a hurricane since you've experienced it.
Yeah,
and I'm like, no, I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm about to run outside.
I've been through Hurricane Katrina. I was actually in Louisiana. I started grad school the same weekend as Hurricane Katrina. And Hurricane, I think it was Betsy back in Houston like years ago. You broke the whiz. Wow.
My reaction, I was like...
So folks, we just taking a little time. Hopefully here in a couple minutes we're going to show you the eggplant parmesan.
Yeah, a little bit
done
of eggplant parmesan.
And ready.
Yeah, just
how many of you guys knew that during the earthquake you're supposed to stay in a building? And stay in like the sturdy spot of the building. Did you guys know that? She said, yes, Ramona's. Yeah. What do you mean by Ramona's? Destiny, clarify that for me.
Maybe you stay your butt in the house.
We did mostly raw vegan until recently, but it's easier than summer, and I'm going back to it next week. Oh, she said, oh, the restaurant Ramona's. You know what? I've never been to Ramona's.
I've been to Ramona's.
I've never been there. I used to pass it all the time. Never been.
I went there with the homegirl.
Yeah, Chris, it's become way too liberal. Oh, yeah, you know what? That whole West Coast corridor, it's funny. I wanted to come visit Vancouver because they do a lot of movies in Vancouver. And it's beautiful. You know, I always wanted to go hunting up in British Columbia. And, you know, here I go. Here's my commercial.
No.
Since you're Canadian, sound like a little known thought.
Don't do it.
she know where I'm about to go with it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
She know where I'm about to go.
Please don't encourage it, you guys.
I know the Canadian national anthem, Crystal.
Oh, gosh.
Would you like me to sing it for you, Crystal?
Oh, my God.
If Crystal tells me to sing the Canadian national anthem, I'll sing it for everybody. How about that? Well, I'll do that until the eggplant parmesan is ready.
Until it's... No.